Welcome to this video on Secure Shell or SSH Command Basics. In this video, we will explore how to connect to and manage remote systems securely using Secure Shell. So, what exactly is Secure Shell? Secure Shell, often abbreviated as SSH, is a cryptographic network protocol that enables secure communication over an unsecured network. It's like a secret tunnel for your data, ensuring that no one can eavesdrop on your conversations. Key features of Secure Shell include an encrypted communication channel that keeps your data safe from prying eyes. It is used for remote system administration, allowing you to manage servers and devices from afar, securely. It facilitates secure file transfers, ensuring your data remains protected during transmission. It uses public key authentication, offering a more secure alternative to passwords. In the diagram, you can see how Secure Shell works. On the top row, a local computer establishes an encrypted connection with a remote server. In the middle row, a client connects to an Secure Shell server, typically using port 22, which is the default port. On the bottom row, a user terminal sends commands and data to a shell process on the remote server. Now let's dive into the basic syntax of Secure Shell commands. The general structure is shown here. First, you type Secure Shell, which is the command itself. Then you can add optional flags, followed by an optional username and the @ symbol. Next, you must specify the host name of the target server. Finally, you can add an optional remote command to be executed on the server. Here are a few common examples to illustrate how to use the Secure Shell command. To connect to a server, you would type Secure Shell, followed by the server's address. If you need to connect with a specific username, you can specify it before the server address, like john@server.example.com. To connect to a specific port, you can use the option -p followed by the port number and the server address. Finally, to run a command remotely, you can enclose the command in quotation marks after the server address. Let's explore some common Secure Shell options that can enhance your control over connections. The first option is -p, which allows you to specify the port to connect to on the remote host. For example, you can use the command Secure Shell -p2222 user@server.example.com to connect to port 2222. The next option is -i, which lets you select a file from which the identity or private key is read. You can use the command Secure Shell -i/.secureshell/my_key user@server.example.com. To enable verbose mode for debugging connection issues, use the option -v, with the command Secure Shell -v user@server.example.com. If you want to run graphical applications remotely, you can enable X11 forwarding using the option -X, like this, Secure Shell -X user@server.example.com. A pro tip: you can combine multiple options in a single command. For example, you can use Secure Shell -p2222-i/Secure Shell/my_key -v user@server.example.com to specify the port, identity file, and enable verbose mode all in one command. Secure Shell offers different ways to authenticate, ensuring secure access to remote systems. The simplest method is password authentication, where you enter your password when prompted. To use this method, connect to the remote server and enter your password when asked. A more secure method is public key authentication, which uses cryptographic key pairs instead of passwords. Here are the steps to use public key authentication. First, generate a key pair if you don't already have one. Then, copy the public key to the remote server. Finally, connect using your private key. The commands for generating a key pair and copying the public key to the server are shown on the slide. Let's discuss how to generate Secure Shell keys for secure authentication. To create Secure Shell keys, use the command Secure Shell keygen -trsa-b4096. To copy your public key to a server, use the command Secure Shell copy ID user@server.example.com. Here are some key options you can use with the Secure Shell keygen command. The option -t lets you specify the key type, such as RSA or ED25519. The option -B lets you specify the bit size, which determines the strength of the key. The option -F lets you specify the output file name for the key. The option -C lets you add a comment to the key. Here is some important information about keys. Private keys are stored in the .secure shell directory by default. Private keys should be kept secure and never shared. Public keys which have a .pub extension can be shared and added to servers. Modern recommendation is to use ED25519 keys instead of RSA. Finally, always use a strong passphrase to protect your private key. The Secure Shell config file is a powerful tool that allows you to define host-specific settings and create shortcuts for frequently used connections. The configuration file is located at /.secureshell/config. Using a config file has several benefits, including creating aliases for complex host names, storing connection parameters such as port, user, and key, setting host-specific options, and simplifying complex Secure Shell commands. Here's an example configuration. This config defines a host named web server with the host name 203.0.113.10. It specifies the user as admin, the port as 2222, and the identity file as /.secureshell/web_key. It also defines a host named database-**, which applies to all hosts starting with database-. It specifies the user as database admin and the identity file as /.secureshell/database_key. Using this configuration instead of typing secure shell -p2222 -i/secure shell/web_key admin at 203.0.113.10, you can simply type secure shell web server. Secure shell tunneling allows you to create secure, encrypted connections between local and remote ports, enabling access to services that might otherwise be inaccessible. There are two main types of secure shell tunneling: local port forwarding and remote port forwarding. Local port forwarding forwards a local port to a remote server, allowing you to access a remote service as if it were running locally. The command for local port forwarding is secure shell -L8080:remote-host:80 user at server. Remote port forwarding forwards a remote port to a local service, allowing remote users to access a local service through the secure shell server. The command for remote port forwarding is secure shell -R8080:localhost:80 user at server. To ensure the security and efficiency of your secure shell connections, here are some best practices to follow. Always prefer public key authentication over passwords, as keys are more secure and cannot be brute forced. You can disable password authentication in the Secure Shell config file. Protect your private keys with strong passphrases and restrict file permissions to prevent unauthorized access. You can set permissions using the command chmod 600/.secureshell/id_RSA. Prefer ED25519 keys over RSA when possible, and use strong ciphers for better security. Generate keys with the command secure shell keygen -t at 25519. Modify server settings to enhance security by changing default ports and limiting access. You can edit /etc/secure shell/secure shell d config to customize server settings. Here are some additional resources for learning more about Secure Shell. The man pages for Secure Shell config, and Secure Shell deconfig, as well as the secureshell.com/academy website. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.